want to do clean comedy, that's awesome too.
Yeah, that's definitely. Well, I'm gonna be talking about it. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely will be talking about it. I like to talk about everything under the light and the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the crystals that's involved in the elements. This is LUdiaries, and this is a safe space to speak about everything that you want to. Welcome to LUdiaries. I am Lulu. Today we have two special guests. Well, one returning, one first time here. We have Abby and Bhavya in the building. Welcome, guys. Welcome to
Hey,
LUdiaries.
thanks for having us.
Thank
How you
you.
feeling today? Yeah,
Feel
feeling good.
kind of hot. Summer.
Yeah, the hot summer. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hot. At least it's windy though. That's the thing about the heat out here is that you get breeze too. It's not like humid.
Yeah, that's real. It
That's like
makes
the
such a
one thing.
difference.
Are
Yeah.
you just throwing shade at India now, Lulu?
Am I doing what?
Are you
I
just
was,
throwing
I
shade
was
at
thinking
India now, Lulu?
At
India,
India?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, shit. I mean, I'm from Gambia, so in Gambia
How's the weather over there?
it's hot. It's hot.
Yeah.
We don't get heat. Like when the sun go down, the heat still hangs out. They don't understand no soliciting. The weather don't understand no soliciting. It solicitates all the time in
is
Gambia
it
from morning to night. It will
is
be
it like
there.
also humid like New York or somewhere like India? Like, is it humid there as well? Because it does make a huge difference
Yeah,
if it's
it's
dry heat.
humid.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just in New York and
It's humid. That's why I really
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
using New York and what?
I was just in New York and this is
Now go ahead.
okay, this is a weird story, but like, so I have family in both California. Like, my mom's side's very California, my dad's side's like very New York City, and or like at least East Coast. And so there were like dry spots on my body that literally have never been okay. But then when I was in the New York humidity, it like healed. I was like, okay, this is
What do you mean? The dry spots healed in the
like
humid?
my elbows were like not like they were like so nice when I was in the like humidity of July in New York, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I do pretty well in humidity, to be honest. But
Wow. Abby, do
I
white people get ashy? Do y'all get ashy?
it depends on what kind of white.
What do you mean?
But what?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, I don't know what German people do. I'm not German, so it just depends on like who you are and what mix of backgrounds you have. Like Swedish people, I don't know. I'm
Wait.
about I'm so many different things. So I don't even know if I do or if I don't. I do a little bit sometimes, but it's like I don't know what part of my family history that's coming from. So I can't answer that question very well. I don't think there's a general
Also,
answer.
there's different type of white people.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this is a tough question for the beginning of the show. Can we start easier?
Is that a white
I
people
will
being ashy is
say
a tough question?
people often think comedy is all about stereotyping, but here we have three comics breaking out of the mold. The two guys of color complaining about humid heat and the white woman challenging them.
Interesting. Go
Yeah.
on. No, you can say whatever you
So
want.
Lulu, suck it up, man.
Oh, that that tickled me so much. Ay. You just hurt my abs. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Hey,
Where are
I'm just
you
trying to
from,
figure.
Abby? Are you from New York City or are you originally from the Bay?
I was born in San Francisco. I grew up in Petaluma, so born and raised Bay Area.
Ah,
I'm just trying
nice.
to
How
figure
about you guys?
out. Like, do you use lotion every day?
What is it?
Do you
Yeah,
use
but like I said,
lotion?
I have a bunch of different backgrounds, so it's just a different answer for everybody. Like, if someone's like purely one fucking thing, I don't know. That's not my story, so I don't have the answer to that.
No, but for you,
Yes,
like
my mom taught me about body care and all that stuff because, like I said, like we're very Californian, we're very this, we're very that, whatever. Like, it just depends on the person,
so what lotion do you use?
right? Ugh. A bunch of different ones, depending on like, I use different like. We talked about this on my podcast. If you want to hear the answer to this, you can go to my YouTube page and look at the podcast where I interviewed Lulu for an hour. Actually, 2 hours. I've only posted the first hour. So actually, that's where the answer is if you want to hear about my body care routine. Okay.
Wait, why did you talk about your body care routine when interviewing Lulu? Did you feel like she needed the help?
It's like a similar podcast format. So we were both.
She was trying to relate to me. She was trying to relate to me.
No, that's not what happened. You said, "What's that?" And you pointed to something on my dresser, and I said, "That's Shea." And you're like, "Blah blah 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 blah." And then you started talking to me about what you think. Okay, Lulu. Anyway,
you know my whole.
No,
like,
I mean, if you feel like Lulu could really use the body care advice,
I think that's what
I wouldn't
was
blame
going
you,
on.
and I'm blind, so.
How's this? Let me be really obnoxious. I think all men need advice from all women about everything. How's that?
Yeah, but as a man, I'm asking you, what's your body care routine? But you're keeping it a secret. You're keeping like some exclusive.
Go to my YouTube and watch the interview to find out.
Okay, all right. So click the link. I'm gonna put the link in the description, and
Actually,
you can get a one-on-one exclusive on how Abby takes care of her body. So this is like a you got pay for her Patreon to see what lotion she uses. I bet you it's a Bath Body and Beyond.
No, I'm not stupid. I majored in biology. Like, I know my shit. Also, like, my family, like I said, we're from different places. I'm not just one thing. Like, anyway, the other thing I was saying too is like, I should make a Patreon, to be honest. You should make a Patreon. We should all make Patreons.
Oh, yeah, we should, for sure.
Lulu, you shouldn't make a Patreon.
I shouldn't make a Patreon.
You should make an OnlyFans, Lulu.
No, don't do that.
Nah, I don't know. No. OnlyFans. I should to save porn, because porn is a dying art form. Porn is dying, especially because of OnlyFans. OnlyFans has ruined porn.
I wonder what would happen if like someone created an OnlyFans page, but then did completely clean comedy content or like interviewing kind of stuff.
Oh, somebody did that. Yeah. There's this one there's this one female comic. Yeah, she created OnlyFans, and like she would hold a vibrator and she would tell her jokes through the vibrator. And the people will be typing. They'd be like, "Shut up, bitch! Go and pee," or some shit like that. They'd be heckling her like, "Shut up, bitch!"
You know what? God bless her. I hope she makes money off that. Honestly, God bless her. I should not.
That's a great idea.
Do not represent this.
It's a phenomenal idea. But doing those things is very tricky, especially if you're in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it's gonna be very hard to create an OnlyFans account and do that, like comedy on OnlyFans, not porn and whatnot, like just comedy, because your partner, because as soon as you hear OnlyFans, your partner's like, well, you telling me you're only doing comedy on there, you're not doing anything else, just comedy?
But don't you think in a healthy relationship, or even let me go so far as to say, don't you think as a man, if you're in dating situations, you should really try harder to stay open-minded, be present? Not only that, just listening, right? Just being like, okay, what do you mean OnlyFans? Are you doing clean comedy there? Like, shouldn't there be, like, not shouldn't, but like, wouldn't it be nice if there was a dialogue like that and men were able to like,
for sure. But it's not only a man thing, it's a both thing. It's a woman and man thing. I'm thinking both parties. Both parties. As soon as you hear OnlyFans, your head is like, okay, what are you doing?
Both bodies and words.
Jokes. Yeah. Exactly. Body and works. It's very tricky. But like you said, you're right though. It takes communication. It takes trust, understanding. Commitment, Abby, have you ever cheated on somebody before? I feel like have you cheated? Have you ever cheated before?
Not really.
Not really. When the really, there's like a loop. There's more to it.
No, I haven't. I have not. Well, here's what happened. So someone cheated on me first. I found out. And then a few months later, when I was 19 years old, I think I was 18 at the time, We broke up, and while we were on a break, I hooked up with someone. So no.
Okay.
Like, he cheated first. I had a panic attack, and then no, like, I haven't, and I'm not someone who cheats. But also, Lulu, I have not dated that much. Like, I know I don't cheat because my mom got cheated on. I probably shouldn't have said that publicly, but my bad. Just forget that I said that. But basically, like, I don't cheat because I saw it happen. And so, like, yeah, it's important to me. Also, wait, can I say one more thing about this really quick? Sorry.
Yeah, go on. How you gonna ask me if you gonna say one more thing when you are in mid conversation and you don't want talking?
Lulu is open-minded and ready for dialogue and communication. You may say one more thing, Abby.
There you go.
Oh,
Thank you,
that was
Bhavya.
such a beautiful summary.
Bhavya is my
No, I
representation
love
right
that.
here.
That was really
That's
cool.
why I fuck with Bhavya.
What is it? What'd you say?
No, go on. Continue. Finish
Okay.
talking. Now, you're
So-
asking me permission like I'm your king, I'm your master or
No!
something. Yeah.
Lulu, no, that is not what. I would ask the permission of anyone I'm in a conversation with, any woman, anybody. Okay. Anyways.
Are you submissive?
Wow. Bhavya, how long have you been in comedy for?
Couple years.
That's awesome. When did you start?
December of 2023. This was in the South Bay. I did an open mic at this brewery called Foxtail.
Nice. Very cool.
I've been doing it since.
That's
How about
amazing.
you, Abby?
So I started a while back, but I've only done it a total of just over 2 years because I had actually a vocal injury about 1 year in. So I did it a year. I started in October of 2021, did a year of comedy till the end of 2022, and then got diagnosed with vocal nodules. And I literally medically, I got diagnosed with vocal nodules. So like basically I had a pretty significant injury. It's like what Mariah Carey had and like Adele had and had to take time off. And then
Is that how they lost
did
weight?
that mess up your voice at the time, Abby?
Oh, it was like one of the most horrific things I've ever experienced. It happens to extroverts more, but it's a bad injury because you can't.
Did you make a full recovery?
Yes, I did.
Are you sure?
Yes,
But how
I
do you
did
know you made a full recovery? How do you know?
Because the way that it gets diagnosed, and if at the end you get tested, is they do a vocal scan. So they literally not a scan, but a scope. So they put a tube down your throat. Speaking of, gross things, and they take a picture. They look with a camera at your vocal. This is just, I went through literally fucking Kaiser. Like I have Medi-Cal now, thank fucking God. But like it's, just regular doctor at the ENT, that ear, nose, and throat doctor. And essentially when I went in initially, so yes, I fully recovered and I'm sure of that. But when I went in initially, they said that I couldn't go on stage because what happens when you go on stage, and actually I think more comics need to know this, is your adrenaline makes it so that you don't use proper vocal support. So all of the vocal hygiene things, like don't twist your cords, right? Don't talk through twisted cords with, like, for example, if you're turning to speak, you need to turn your shoulders too. So you have, it's
playing golf.
I mean, listen, I don't know much about golf, but
that's how you play golf. You got your shoulders has to be aligned with the swing.
Yeah. I believe that what you just did looks like golf to me. That looks about right. Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to talk too.
Lulu, you play golf?
Yeah,
I don't play, but I used to work with this guy who always loved talking about golf. So he taught me how to play golf, and that was one of the advices he told me.
Wow.
Yeah. So you telling me that we can't turn around, owl and speak? That's not human nature. We can't just turn our whole necks around. And
you just turn your torso too. You don't even have to turn your whole torso. Just at least keep the cords not twisted. So the vocal cords are literally the size of your pinky nail. They're tiny. So really understanding this is a very delicate tissue. And then what happened was it took me a year to recover. If it gets really bad, people have to have surgery, whatever. I recovered without surgery. I did vocal rest, and I was getting through grad school as well at the time. Thankfully, I had like other stuff I was doing. I had multiple retail jobs in the meantime as well. And then about over a year later, I finally, got through the injury, and I did speech therapy and all that as well.
Let's go. You're good now.
Yeah. And then I restarted comedy. So now I've been doing it just over 2 years, total amount of time, including all of last year, basically.
Amazing.
Thank you.
What if this whole time they the jokes that they gave you, you can't really remember how you really used to sound like. Like, what if you don't? This is not
They
how
didn't
you
give me
sound like.
any. There's no medication for it. Like you literally have to
How do you,
it's a physical injury. Wait,
how do
what?
you know? How do you know? How do you how do you know? Like,
How,
what if this whole
how do
time?
I know that?
Like, what if you had like a Mariah Carey voice this whole time? Because you had the same injury with her. Mariah, you said Mariah Carey, you said who you say, Ariana Grande and stuff like that.
I don't think she had it, but yeah.
They
Adele,
have
Adele.
Adele, right?
Yeah.
What if you was in the mall? You could do the whispering type of singing voice, vocal tune. It was trying to be unlocked within you, but because you didn't unlock it, like what if you could sing, but you don't even know you could sing, but you never attempted because you want to ask for permission to sing. You never just want to go out there and sing.
Beautiful. Now that is a beautiful
Abby, believe in yourself. Let's hear
Thank you.
it. Come on.
You know what? What gentlemen we have here today. What wonderful dudes. So encouraging.
Believe in
Wow.
yourself,
You
like
guys
R.
think-
Kelly. Believe
What?
you can fly.
Excuse me?
believe you can
Really, you
fly.
couldn't just let the compliment exist. You had to bring up R. Kelly in the middle.
Yeah, that's really, that's
Lulu,
yes.
if someone were to say that you sound very much like Sean Paul, would you find that to be a compliment or racist?
Compliment.
You sound like Sean Paul.
Oh my god.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
That was
Going to beauty. That I
No,
wanted to ask you
no,
that about
temperature,
that.
that one.
That wasn't that's not Sean Paul, but now that was racist. But what's it called? I wanted to ask you, Bhavya, like
Yeah.
how do you be knowing if somebody is black? Like how do you know I'm black? Like how did you know I was black?
Have you ever heard yourself?
oh dude.
I
No,
mean,
voice
yeah,
you can't tell by someone's voice because it depends where people grew up too. That's not
that's
is
what
that
I'm
actually
saying.
how
But
you guess or
What?
now, I mean, sometimes you can tell when
Lulu,
somebody is
Lulu,
black for sure.
Lulu.
Yo.
Close your eyes.
Okay,
My
my eyes is
name
closed. My
is
eyes is closed.
Bhavya Shah. Which
Mm,
country do you think I am from?
no
Open your
way.
eyes. Did you guess
Australia,
correctly, Lulu?
Australia. No, I'm
Ah, you
joking.
think this?
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'm
You
joking.
think
I'm
you
joking.
think this accent belongs to an Australian guy?
Wait,
What
but
up,
I have
mate?
a question, Bhavya, because there's
What's
different
up?
types of people all around the world that live in different places, that grew up in different places. Like it's such a diverse world now. Someone's regional accent doesn't
True,
like it doesn't
true.
necessarily align with like who you think someone's gonna be visually or
Especially in the Bay, you
the
can
thing.
literally
Like,
get somebody who is
yeah,
Chinese and they will sound Caucasian, fully Caucasian.
yeah.
I'm talking about all the seasoning of Caucasus.
That's reasonable,
You
and
mean
this
zero
isn't
seasons? That
entirely
makes sense.
foolproof, but it's pretty damn accurate. Like I have to rely on heuristics in order to make inferences, and
Nice.
someone's accent, someone's voice reveals a lot. Like Abby, you didn't need to tell me that you were white.
See,
Well,
I
hell
think
yeah,
I think
she's
here's what I think. I think that you're missing nuance, and
Hmm.
that's okay. But I do think there's missing nuance to what you're saying, to be honest.
Okay, tell me about that
I
nuance.
mean, she's grilling pumpkin seeds. Hell yeah, she's white. What are you talking
That's
about?
not a white thing. Do you know what communities and cultures eat squash? Like that's you guys just don't have the
Let me
historical
look this up.
information.
Let me look this up. Let me look
This
this
is
up
because
because
both of you are not like you don't have the historical information of what you're talking about, and that's okay. That's valid. It's not my place to talk about that, but like just to add
Wait,
that,
Abby, just to be clear, I'm oversimplifying simply for comedic effect. I actually fully understand what you're saying and what you're getting at. It is that there is
yeah,
so
I
much
mean I'm
diversity in
joking, of course. I'm
between.
not serious. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think
we're
Bhavia
joking
is
around.
Australian. Obviously, I think he's Indian.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
fully Indian. Of course, I think it's Indian. But it is a white thing to grill squash seeds, though.
I
That's
don't think it's not a white thing to grill squash seeds, to roast squash seeds. It's like actually not a white thing. You just
so
don't
which
know all the like nuances of the different cultures and communities and like ethnic backgrounds that you could be talking about. Like, do you know what I mean? Like
Lulu.
it's just
so who does it? Who does it? Who does
Indians love squash.
Well, I didn't know that answer, to be honest, but that's my bad. That's actually on me then. But there's also other communities and cultures and backgrounds that also do that.
I've never had squash in India. First time I had squash was when I came to America.
Yeah, because but it's not European. Like, that's not a fucking European food. That's like...
India is not European.
French fries are French.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know enough about French fries. I don't really like, I don't know. That's certainly not my thing to debate about.
How about mac and cheese? Is that an American food, Abby?
Mac and cheese is an American food. Yeah. Mac and cheese is a cross-cultural American food that is embraced by multiple American communities of multiple different races, ethnicities, and backgrounds. That's what I'm saying. There's so much nuance to this stuff, especially when you're in a place like the United States, with the history of genocide that the United States has, with the history of erasure assimilation that the United States has. Like, the thing that people don't understand is when people arrive to the United States, they are basically given the devil's bargain of, do you want to become white if you give up your culture and your society and your ethnicity? That happened to the people they genocided.
Wait, say that again. Do you want to become white? What? Say that again. Do you want to become white?
There's obviously, so to be clear, there's so many limits and boundaries and parameters of all of this. This is not my thing to speak about. This is basically like sociology and history. But when some people at some times in history get to the United States, that's why, like, dude, this is so not my topic to talk about, to be honest. But no, I'm very American, so I feel like somewhat connected to it. But
I feel like I'm on CNN right now. Say the statement.
Okay, well,
political answers. The statement you said white people, when they came here, they got forced to change their culture.
I'm gonna hop off for 5 and I'll be back.
Okay, wait, I have to go too, though, to check on the squash seeds.
No, squash seeds are not a white people thing. You cannot go check on those squash seeds.
Wouldn't that be the opposite? Like, if it was white, then it wouldn't matter.
I'm just messing. Okay, I'll be back in 5.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do, Lulu? I'm gonna bring the Chromebook with me. I'm just gonna do that, and I hope no one sees anything weird on the way. Okay. There's my alien painting. That's cute. Look at that fun thing.
Wow. Okay.
It smells so good. It smells so good. Okay. Let me put this here. Oh my God, they look amazing.
Well, squash seeds may not be a white thing, but one thing
I'm not saying it is or isn't a white thing. I'm just saying to say that it's white is not accurate. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, then it's not a white thing. Then if you say it's not accurate, it's not a white thing.
No, but Lulu, what I'm saying is, like, categorically, I definitely count as a white person. I totally acknowledge that, and I really admit and accept that that's true. That being said, I think being conscientious about when we over associate like whiteness with certain things that are not white, then it's not good for anybody, you know?
Okay, so.
And by the way, that's a big problem in the United States. That's like the biggest thing that happens when people get to the United States or people whose land was stolen. It's like, that's the main thing, is that like, it's like over making people as white and making as many groups as possible be white, right? Like, that's why, like, that's the whole debate right now with Italian people. Like, Italians are white. We know Italian people are white, but that's what happened when they got to the United States, was they were given the devil's bargain of, like, if you give up your culture and background, you can be white. Like, Columbus was Spanish. There's evidence that Columbus said he was Italian when he wasn't. Just a side note. I shouldn't say any of this. Everything that I just said is probably so not okay to say, but, like, I don't know how to, like, talk about this stuff in an eloquent way. And, like, yeah. And also, it's not about Italians. Italians are white. I'm talking about, like, other groups that have been assimilated and erased throughout history. This is happening a lot with, like, even, like, Latin American people are kind of going through this.
So who came out here and had to give up their culture? Who
so anyone that when they got here, other than like the most northern Western European people, even like, first of all, so there's other layers to it where it's like there's the assimilation stuff. So like anyone who is at all indigenous that gets assimilated into whiteness. Then you could also talk about actual white people, like Irish people, Italian people, Greek people as an example, Turkish people, anyone in like the Middle Eastern area that's kind of white but not fully white. It's like when you get to America, even people from other countries that aren't white, like what you're saying, when people have a white accent, when they're like, maybe they're from a different part of Asia or something, this, that, and the other, or their family was, right? When you get to America, you're supposed to buy into whiteness. And some people don't get to do that. And that's another significant part of the conversation, obviously.
So is America whiteness?
I think...
Because if you're saying that they came to America and had to become white, who created the white then? Was it Americans who created the white?
The short answer is like the federal government / the ruling class / like white men that were from northern Western Europe that were like, I mean, originally it was British people. Like that's the whitest thing you could be, is like from England, like not just British, but English, like, or like whatever. So
England is really the white
to
people.
Me, I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it. To me, the most white is England, fucking France, Sweden, fucking Norway. Like these are the whitest countries. It's Northern Europe. Like the most, like fucking, what else? Spain is super fucking white. That's why it was so problematic. Not problematic, it was so violent when they colonized much of Latin America, because the Spanish are like, not because they're white, but and also whiteness is a construct. It's a subjugating construct. It is literally how we / they / the feds enforce capitalism. Whiteness is a part of a way of subjugating people. Like it's not real. It is real in terms of the impacts, but it's like kind of an absence of culture. It's not a culture in and of itself. Like white culture is just a culture of violence. Okay.
So yeah, so you were right. I mean, England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland.
But like even Ireland was originally colonized by England, by the other part of England or whatever. So it's interesting because and then if you want to go really far with it, think about Northern European women were the first people that really got colonized because they were subjugated and the witch trials and burning witches. So it's like, if you really think about it, it's all, here's what I think. I think white culture rewards sociopathy. I think white culture in and of itself, which is basically a system of subjugation, is based on the rewarding of low empathy behaviors, of antisocial, non-pro-social, non-collaborative, non-friendly behaviors. That's what we see when we look at the history and sociology of whiteness. That's what it is for the most part. And then when you go further with that and you're like, I mean, that's also what needs to change. That's why people talk about the global majority. The global majority is just non-white. You know, that's a terminology people are starting to use. And I think also like my thing that I talk about sometimes, and I talk about this in my stand-up, I have a joke where I'm like, I'm historically a little bit part Senator Elizabeth Warren, because I think we need to break down what we think of as whiteness. We need to start to understand that like even Italians who are white gave up. When Italians first got to America, they were fucking made fun of relentlessly. Like my grandma, like she was like, got in trouble for marrying my grandpa, who is Italian and French Canadian, and he has other backgrounds as well. On both sides of my family, we have other lineages that aren't just what is obvious, right? So that's why I'm also passionate about this. But she like basically.
But what was your grandma?
What is it?
What was your grandma?
My grandma's actually like, so I have 4 grandparents. 3 of them are white, but they have other stuff that's more complicated or whatever. One of those 4 grandparents is actually very white. Like she's like WASP, like white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, like a real, like, and most of my grandparents have other stuff in their backgrounds, like ranging from just like less privileged whiteness, but or even like other stuff, like I said, like where there's more erasure and assimilation tactics for groups that, anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. And also, I'm fine. I'm not talking about me. Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like it's not about like, oh, I'm complaining. It's like, no, I'm just trying to describe the actual like impacts of the history of it and why it's important for us to all pay attention to. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not a fucking, it's not a complaining thing. I think that's what people get wrong when like we all try to have these conversations is like, dude, I'm not trying to like, it's just about breaking down the system. Like the system is, you know what I, so that's the main point.
So what is your mom and dad?
There are a bunch of different things. I literally have 10, 15 different backgrounds, like in my actual family history, like traceable family history.
Can you list them?
I don't want to. I could, but it sounds like such a douchey thing to say. Like the times that I've had conversations interpersonally with people I'm very close to and care about a lot, that I'm willing to share this information with, of like, the different stories in my family background, like traceable stories in my family background, it feels uncomfortable to list 10 different things. It feels mad disrespectful to the communities that my ancestors were a part of, because it's like, who am I to just be this white girl? I am white, and who am I to be a white girl to be like, they were this, they were this, they were this,
But if they were actually dead, what's the problem with that? There's no problem with that if they were actually
because
dead.
it's cutting the story short. It's not like, I'm a 33-year-old woman. Like, it has taken me so much time to learn how to honor all of my, like, especially the ancestors that I actually respect in my family lineages. And like, I can't kind of crudely summarize it in order to describe it quickly for people's convenience to judge me in a way that feels better for them. Like, I don't think it's fair to US history. I don't think it's fair to the people I'm talking to. Like, for example, if I told you all my backgrounds, like, again, I'm white, but if I told you all the different family histories, I think it wouldn't be fair to you, because there's so much more to all of those stories. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you the migration patterns coming from Canada and Alaska. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you all the different patterns of who went where when. They were fucking fur trappers, this, that, and the other. Like, survived on the fucking, and then the white people were on the wagons. Like I told you, I talk about in comedy, I'm related to Bonnie Parker of Bonnie and Clyde. Like,
who?
Bonnie Parker. Do you know Bonnie and Clyde, like, that robbed trains? I'm like a blood relative, not a descendant, but a relative of her. So there's like it's just too
What's
much.
her name? Bonnie and Clyde?
Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde. I'm a relative of Bonnie Parker. So the woman in that couple or whatever.
You are related to Bonnie Parker.
Blood relative of Bonnie Parker.
How are you related to Bonnie Parker?
She's like a distant cousin, basically. So when there's a woman in our family, not close family, but like a distant cousin also, who does genealogy. I've learned a lot about genealogy, because as a white person that is very, very American, I do feel it's my responsibility. Yeah, that's my relative. Yeah, Bonnie Parker, the Parker family. Yeah, Texas. That's where, yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Bonnie Parker was born in 1910 in Texas to a struggling family, becoming known for her bright personality and talents in the arts. At 16, she married Roy Thornton, but their relationship ended due to his imprisonment. Parker's life took a
She's
significant turn in
awesome. She's
1880 when she
super
died.
awesome.
Life
But
spiraled
she was a
scheming.
criminal, but also like, so anyway, there's a
So
genealogist.
how are y'all related?
We're blood relatives. So like, basically, when the genealogist lady went deep in the family tree, she found her. She's also our cousin. The genealogist is like blood related to us too. I also have learned about genealogy since then, like, and I've done my own research as well. But so when I'm talking about any of what I'm
Wait,
talking
so
about,
did Bonnie Parker, did she have kids?
I'm not a descendant. I'm a relative. She's not my direct ancestor. She's my relative. So like,
What you mean, like her sisters or cousin or brother? So one of them you related to, like
so
true.
I have blood root, like the Parker family is like her. It's something like, I could find it. I could look it up. But basically, I'm one of her, distant cousins, essentially, like multiple times removed or something, but by blood.
Okay,
As well.
that's
But
cool.
not a descendant.
That's all right. I mean, I'm related to Kunta Kinte, so I feel you.
That's
That's cool.
amazing, Lulu. Like, that's so fucking cool. Like, that is.
Why
But
is that amazing?
I think people paying attention to their background, their ancestors, and their relatives, ancestors and relatives, is fucking important. And I think,
I'm joking. I don't know. I really don't know.
well,
But
you can look into like who you're related to, or I mean, I don't know how much work you've done around that or not. I think everyone should. I think, especially being in the United States, we all need to, because it's really important to take responsibility and also like give credit to the ancestors, quite frankly.
well, it's hard to do that as a black person because a lot of
Yep.
stuff wasn't documented. Like a lot of stuff was going under the papers. You know what I mean? They weren't like documented, so it's hard to trace exactly where you're from. You know, like I know I'm from Gambia, but I know my dad. He has some traces to do with Sierra Leone. My mom is like fully Gambian and stuff like that. But my last name is Thomas, so I clearly don't look like my last name is Abel Thomas, but they added the Abel in front of the Thomas, so it's really Thomas, right? It's Abel Thomas, but Thomas is really where if you want to go back into history and stuff. And if you look at Thomas is not a That's not a West African thing. That's not even an African thing. That's a European thing. So, you know, I am 2% British. So I don't know where to trace back to and stuff like that. But I do know one thing for sure, one thing for certain is that white people love Coldplay. They love Coldplay.
I think
The
it's a
art.
really interesting question. And if you have more time to look into it, I think it's always worth it. I also think, like, yes, it's very difficult. Yeah. The records, the other thing about tracing Black American ancestry in American history is that a lot of the names were changed. So, like, even some of the Quaker ancestors and stuff, when I'm looking at it, it's like, as I've learned about genealogy, I've also learned about that. And I think it's really important to acknowledge that it is extremely difficult, depending on your family and your background, to actually trace this stuff. So thank you for bringing that up as well. If you want to play the Coldplay video. I'm sorry to also go on and on about this. I don't know if it's like okay for me to talk about this. I just kind of like was talking about it. So I
When you
apologize.
say you don't know if it's okay to talk about this, is who are you like referring to when you be saying statements like that?
I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. And I just, you know, things are changing all the time. I know I don't know very much at all. I just know what I've learned so far. And so I think for me, like, just acknowledging the limitations of my awareness of other people's comfortability, whoever that is, anyone watching or whatever, is important for me. That's something that I value, is that other people, like anybody, feels safe and comfortable in a dialogue and a conversation. And so I need to, like, just always, I mean, I don't need to say that, I guess, but I do try to check myself when it comes to like how much I do or don't know, just because, like I said, I have parts of my story that I don't share. And so I'm just like not sure how to, you know, address all of it yet. And hopefully I will get better at that as time passes and as I put more work into that. So we'll see.
Okay. And how's that working out for you?
It's fine. It's a process. It's a lifelong learning process of trying to figure out how to both like represent things that are important to me that I don't usually get to talk about very much, but also how to be sensitive and conscientious of other people's experiences as well is really important.
Okay. So, so you talking about, people's like their background, like from where they're from and stuff, could be seemed offensive to people.
I think that if I don't talk about, I know that I think I have so much stuff I haven't worked through about my own background that I'm not really good at this conversation yet, to be honest.
Okay, so it's more about you than other people.
It's about how other people are responding to me, but it's about what I'm bringing to the table that I haven't processed yet. So I just don't know how to talk about all of it in a way that feels eloquent or safe, even though it's an important topic to me. So it's almost like preemptive for me to even have these conversations before I know enough and understand enough from talking to people I care about in my life, close friends that do give me feedback about this stuff, in order to be able to then have these conversations more publicly. Because like I do have these conversations, you know, in my own life with my loved ones and people I care about, but I don't know how to talk about it necessarily on a larger scale yet. That's why I'm very careful about how I have these conversations in comedy as well. Like instead of saying anything about Indigenous lineage, I talk about Elizabeth Warren as a stand-in for saying that. I don't know how to talk about that yet. Let alone the other stories. Like I just don't know how. So I know it's important. I know I want to talk about it, but I don't know how yet. So that's kind of.
How did you feel when you found out that you was related to Bonnie Clyde?
I mean, I grew up knowing all of these stories, and then learning about the tracing of it is another thing. There's two layers to it. There's what you hear about when you're growing up, and then there's the other layer, which is verifying all of it, especially if you're talking about American history or things like that. That's the other piece for anybody who is interested in this, especially as a white American, but any American, for sure, as any American. If you want to know more about these family legends or family stories or even family histories, you really also need to be able to trace it. You need to.
How did you feel knowing that you was related to Bonnie Clyde?
I don't know. I felt like maybe it'd be useful information for somebody else. Like again, it's not about me. Like I think that the way I talk sounds selfish, but it's not actually selfish. Like it's very much not about me. Like I think that's what people most often misunderstand about me is it sounds like I'm just talking and just saying all this shit about myself. And it's like, no. I'm trying to be useful. I'm trying to explain something that I hope will help somebody else. This is not about me. Even something like that, like think about American history more. That's the lesson in that, right? Like there's a lesson in what I'm saying, and it's not selfish lesson. Does
No,
that make
but
sense?
did you feel like Bonnie at some point when you felt?
No,
Did you
no. I
feel
just felt like
like
it was like, oh, this is so interesting. We have to remember American history is real. These are real people, like including the oppressive systems. So
yeah,
this
but do you feel do you sometimes feel do you sometimes feel like did you ever do like a crime and felt like, ooh, that's the Bonnie in me that
no.
that you
I have so
yeah.
many other family stories. You don't even know most of my family history. So why would that be the thing that would stand out to me?
Are you related to more people that
Yeah.
are like who else are you related to?
We don't have to keep talking about this. I feel like it's not that useful. And also like I feel like we just glazed over what you were saying, which is really serious and important as well. And I just like don't want to dismiss your experience just because I'm going on about mine.
Who
What
is
experience?
real? We were talking about real people. Are aliens real? I just joined.
Yeah, I think so for sure. But I think they're kind. I think the extraterrestrials are kind.
I
Mostly,
think
like
animals are great. I have a dog of my own. Do you?
no.
No? Lulu, do you have a dog?
No,
You should get a dog. Dogs are great.
dogs. Yeah, nah, I don't have a dog. I gotta not take care of myself first before I get a dog.
I feel
Do you
that.
like dogs, Abby?
I've been bit twice, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
okay. No, it's not a big deal, but I'm a little bit scared of dogs, to be honest. I'm cool with my friends' dogs. I don't know.
Mine is a well trained service dog.
Oh, service dogs are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't bite unless I ask her to.
That's cool. Oh, that's
Service
sweet. She's
dogs,
defending you.
service dogs are very depressed.
Are very what?
They're depressed.
No,
Bro, I,
they're sweetie pies. They're good. They're good. They're
Because
important.
service dogs are really employees. They're employees. They're not a pet. They're really an employee.
No, they're
they're working
friends.
dogs.
What?
They are working dogs, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like, do they really get the same privileges as like a, you know what I mean, like a pet dog? You know, a dog that is in the family, has a first name, middle name, last name, and all these things. Whenever you look at a service dog's face, they don't look the most happiest.
They
No.
look attentive and focused. For
Yeah.
sure, she doesn't get to lay around confined by four walls,
Yeah.
doing nothing much at all day long.
See?
Yes. But she does get to explore the world and
Watch
look at
her.
all the sights and sounds and smells out there with me.
Exactly. Also, think about how mean some people are to their regular dogs that are not service dogs. Like, that's exactly the thing. Like, I feel like if anything, service dogs are, I don't know. It's actually has nothing to do with me and I don't
You
understand.
want to see my dog? She's in the room, so
Yeah.
she's not working. You want to see how happy she is?
Aw.
She's not working. She's up the clock.
Dad, come.
Aw.
She's on break. She's on lunch right now.
Aw.
Dad.
She's chilling. She's chilling tough. That's a baby.
Dad.
Hi, baby.
Down.
Hi, little baby. Hi, pretty one.
Beauty. Dad.
Hi.
Good girl.
She's
It's
She's
tall.
confused about why she gets to be on my lap, on my chair right now.
so according to Google, it's actually illegal. Attempting to pet a service dog that is working or even making eye contact with a working service dog can disrupt their attention
Beauty.
and result in serious issues for
Nice
the
job.
dog and their handler.
Nice doggy.
Ugh.
Good
It may
She's so
even
doggy.
be
cute.
illegal to bother a working
Yeah.
service dog.
Good
Yeah,
doggy.
because they do important jobs too. Wait,
Let's.
she's so tall. What's her name?
Her name's Diane.
Oh, it's
Yes.
a baby. Hi, Diane.
Did you name her that or they named her that?
They named her that.
Would you like to change her name?
Nah.
Like to like Dirty Diana?
Okay, Lulu. No.
Dirty Diana.
Cute.
That's what's up. That's interesting, man. Service dog. Would you take a service dog that you found out that once upon a time it used to be homeless? Would you accept that as a service dog?
Um, there are certain careers for which a dog who has not had the best starting year or two could still get trained. I don't think guide work for a blind person is one of them because that training starts pretty early. But I could imagine things like therapy dogs being a possibility if they have the mental calmness for it. All
Mm.
right, I'm gonna let her play now.
Aw.
Diane.
Thanks for introducing us. So cute.
As in, is she allowed to have babies? Like, if another dog impregnates her, can she have babies?
Lulu-
Is that a possibility?
Lulu's curious about the logistics of service dogs today. This is
No, I'm just saying, because, like, can a service dog do shit that regular dogs do? Can he
I
have a
think
baby? Can he have a family? Can he have friends?
it
Can
depends on the type of disability services the dog is providing. So it really, really depends. And also, like, so many dogs can't do that. Like, so many people's pets that are just chilling and like the people like don't even like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like not even something all pet dogs can do.
Yeah, but what if he didn't want to be a service dog? Like, when he was younger, what if the dog had dreams?
What
He
if
had
it didn't want to
dreams
be a
and
dog?
goals.
What if I don't want to be a
If
human?
they no, if
What?
they don't want to be a service dog, then they cannot perform their services properly, so they don't make it through the
That's
process.
a good point.
If
See,
there was a good
Oh,
chance
really?
that Diane was kind of off about this whole guide work thingy and could miss a step and cause me to fall down a staircase,
yeah.
she wouldn't be a service dog. She is a service dog
Totally.
because she
Ah.
loves doing this
That's
and is
so
extremely focused.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
really
So there's some dogs that they purposely ignore the like they don't pass the training just in order. So what do they do with them dogs? Them dogs that fail like the
pet, probably.
service dog trainings. What do they do with them?
So it's an extremely selective process. There is this whole science about getting the genetics just right to
Whoa.
make sure that the offsprings that you start with have a somewhat decent chance. If you pick a random dog off the street, try to train them, you're almost certainly going to fail. But this gives you a non trivial chance of getting a working dog. After that, they are raised by a puppy raising family where they just get to live life, be a pet, and get exposed to the world around them. In that period, if they seem too loud or distracted or aggressive, then again, they don't make it as seeing guide dogs. Only the ones that are calmer and more focused do. And then after that, they undergo a lot of training and are matched with the blind person. And that process takes a month. And then, of course, once the blind person takes them home, they get to test them in the real world. And there are matches that break even at that step. So at every step, it's all about whether the dog is a right fit for this career and whether they enjoy and can see themselves doing it over the course of many years. All
Here
right.
comes here comes the alien.
The aliens.
That's funny.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing about that process. That's super interesting. I did not know that. That's so interesting.
I know one thing for certain. If I lived in the hood, I would want a Chihuahua to be my service dog
Why?
because they know the streets. They know how to maneuver in the streets. They-
Man,
They'll be able to
Lulu,
maneuver right. You know.
Yeah,
Yo,
dude.
from your entire conversation about service dogs and the tough lives you think they live, you know what I gleaned? I don't think you're happy at your job.
what? Wait, you say you don't think
I
what?
don't think you're happy where you work, are you?
Where I work? Oh, I mean, I'm happy where I work. For sure, I'm happy where I work. Um, yeah, I'm happy where I work for sure. I mean, there's levels to the happiness. The happiness could be higher, but for right now, for where I work, yeah, I'm happy where I work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you think that's the correlation to the dog and me saying they're not happy and I could not be happy? I mean, there's other.
You have a job, and Lulu, guess what you also have? You have a first name, middle name, last name. You have a family.
Oh, well, he doesn't have a family. He doesn't have a wife yet, so. But you have a family of origin, which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Sorry, was that really mean?
Wait, what?
He said he was saying, "Oh, you have a family," and I was like,
No,
"Oh."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lulu, we're talking about how you are part of our family.
Oh, the comedy family.
How what?
You know what? That's beautiful.
Here I am trying to be nice to Lulu, and like, what? What are you talking about? What? I don't understand. Lulu.
That's really compassionate. I just think I think all comedy people are all family.
No, my connection is shaky.
Oh dang! You like literally didn't hear what was being said.
All right, I disown you then.
Yeah, all I heard was I'm trying to be nice to Lulu. That's all I heard.
I don't think anyone said that.
Abby can paraphrase.
Okay, I'll paraphrase. Okay, so basically,
Abby, yeah.
So basically, we were talking about how. So it was something like.
Don't give me the CNN version. Just tell me what he said.
So, like the part of like the questioning of service dogs and work and blah blah blah, and the dynamics of that was coming from dissatisfaction at your job, and then, like how actually, even though you're at your job, like you have, family, and then he was like describing all the different things you were critiquing about service dogs' lives and saying you have that. And then I was being a bitch and I was like, well, but Lulu has a family of origin, but he doesn't have a wife yet. He doesn't have his own family yet. And then Bhavya was like, oh, well, we're family. And then I was like, oh, and then I was like, the comedy family. Oh, all comedy people are each other's family. That was the whole thing. I paraphrased it not well, but pretty somewhat.
I mean, yeah. If you think about it, we are all service dogs to the government. All of us are service dogs.
We're actually more like, it's more like the other kind of service dogs. You know what I mean? Like the
Well, there's different types of service dogs.
Oh,
there's different types of service dogs, so we're all service dogs to the government.
I wonder if that's the premise. I wonder if that could be a premise for a
That could be a premise that you could do that Lulu should not do. That is not a premise for anyone who doesn't have a service dog, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I can do whatever I want. First things first.
Yeah, you can. You totally can do whatever is.
I'm them service dogs that failed the test.
I think what Abby is trying to say is that if I do it, it'll be funny, and if you do it, you're not a good comic. So.
No, wait. I was saying that, like.
Love you, Lulu.
Hey, listen. If you want to use the premise, you can go ahead.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just messing.
I think that you should both do the premise, and no, I'm just kidding.
When you go on a world tour, just call me. I'll come open up for you. You know what I'm saying?
No, because we're all going to be doing our own world tours for stand-up comedy by that point. Like all three of us are going to have our own headlining world tours by then. So like we won't be able to open for each other. Sorry.
Good trade. I don't like comics that like when you just be in like regular conversation and they just be fiending for premises and this is a bit and all this nonsense. Like why can't we just have a conversation?
I also, the other thing too is like I literally have probably like hours of untested material. Like I have way too many premises. Like I do not understand the mentality of fiending for premises because like I have like 5 fucking notebooks of shit I just haven't even tested. So it doesn't, to me, it like does not make sense. But I also have like psychotic bipolar. So like I don't have a way of like, that's just how I am to be writing like that much. I'm not saying it would all work. I'm just saying I don't understand like trying to find more,
No, I feel that. Bhavya, what do you do for work?
Sorry, I said you didn't have your own family yet, Lulu. That was like really mean of me, and I do feel bad about saying that. I don't know how I ended
Abby,
up saying
you're
that.
the only sensitive person here. That to me is not something where is for me to want to be. I do have a family. I mean, I have a mom, I have a dad, I have siblings.
Abby,
Yeah, you have a
Yeah.
family. I'm saying you have a family of origin.
not just in Gambia, not just in comedy. Lulu has plenty of family even here. You just
I
don't
know.
know about it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
I
not.
understand.
I mean, I'm 29. I'm not feeling to have a wife. Like, why would I be? I'm 20.
Guys,
Like,
I was apologizing for it. I'm not saying it again. Like I'm not like doubling down. Like I don't think it was like the right thing to say, to be honest.
Wait, but you
in
had
your
a
mind.
question, Lulu, earlier. What were you saying?
I was saying, do you work?
I'm a student. I'm finishing up my master's at Stanford in CS. So I'll
Congratulations.
finish that up in March of next year, at which point I'll get a full-time job.
And you say what's your major in?
Computer science.
Oh, computer science. True, true,
Yeah.
true. What exactly in computer science are you trying to do?
AI.
AI.
Yeah.
You trying to like create AI or?
Probably not at the foundations level. So not things like Claude or GPT-5 or Gemini, but at the
Mhm.
applied level. So how we can use those foundational models for different use cases.
Interesting. How do you feel that you're going to be responsible for the end of the world?
What's up?
How do you feel that you're going to be responsible for the end of the world?
I mean, it makes me feel powerful.
Makes you feel powerful?
Yeah,
Do you feel like a god?
pretty much.
Okay. Would you start your own
Wouldn't
cult?
you like to be responsible for ending the world, Lulu, if you could?
No. That's
No?
that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure.
You'd like
That's
someone else to do that for
Yeah.
you?
yeah. Yeah. I don't want to get my hands dirty. I would rather just sit in the corner and chill.
Yeah,
Because they're gonna talk about me for centuries. Like if I was to kill the earth, they're gonna talk about me for. I'm gonna be like the reference point
wait,
every
when you
time.
say they, whom do you mean?
Well, just everybody, like just like the people, because the war is gonna end and then it's gonna restart because it's just
Will it
forever.
restart?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The war ended before.
Right,
That's
and do
how
you
we got
know
the
when
Bible
did
and
the
that's
world
how we
last
got.
time? You talk about them?
I mean, that's when Satan. That's who they be talking about and stuff, and all the other elements of Satan that comes with that in the books and stuff like that. Like whoever is the bad guy in the books,
Yeah.
they talk about them till this day. So I feel like if I was to be the one responsible for ending the world, when the war restarts and they have new beings and all this stuff, they're gonna write books about how Lulu created all these AI stuff and the AI came and took over the world.
This is why we can't have male leaders, you guys. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
I'm just joking around, but I think to your point about the existential risks of AI, they are very real. I will not be working to advance capabilities of foundation models, as I said. Instead, the capabilities that emerge from the models that other people develop, those can result in pretty significant harms. And it's possible that I work in the alignment space, which is to say, trying to make those models safer and more aligned with our values. But it's also possible I just work in building wrappers and applications on top of those models. Um, which is to say, I'll probably not be one of those dealing with those higher stakes questions.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
The other day I was in San Francisco. Well, you know how like San Francisco is like it's like what kind of is it that would you guys say San Francisco the mecca of AI and technology?
Yeah, it's not
San
unreasonable.
Francisco? No,
Not unreasonable to say that. A little.
no.
Yeah. It
Where
is
would
decentralized. Like I will
probably
say,
probably probably in Asia.
what do you mean in Asia?
Like which country is like the mecca of AI technology? Like which country is like the you know what I mean? Like when you want to talk about AI and the reference point, boom, this is the
So
country.
there are two countries, US and China. They are producing the state of the art models. In China, you have companies like Alibaba, you've got Moonshot, you've got DeepSeek, the one that everyone's probably heard about. Um, in the US, you have things like OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Microsoft, Meta. In Europe, you have one lab called Mistral. It's the French lab. So, insofar as the US is concerned, yes, the technology industry is concentrated a little bit in the Silicon Valley, in the Bay Area, in San Francisco. But there are also plenty of other parts of the world which not just do exciting AI research, but also build the data centers that meet the energy needs
Right.
of these AI models. And I think this is such a fitting conversation for a comedy show.
And it doesn't have to be a comedy show. I think it's interesting. I
Yeah,
personally feel like even if you're not making high level decisions about AI, there is some level of responsibility at anyone working in tech, let alone in AI, to be honest. Like I feel like there is a level of ethical responsibility for anyone in that industry, regardless of like to what degree or at what level. But I also don't know because I don't work in that industry.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because the other day I was walking in San Francisco, and we joke about the fact that AI is coming to take over and stuff, but it's real and it's happening. Like the other day, I saw a billboard that said, "Stop hiring
Oh,
people.
I also took a picture of that. That's on my Instagram as well, actually.
Stop hiring humans." Well, it says in a person fees, whatever the fuck the word is, for work they hate. Now, here's the thing, right? We're gonna get to a point where not only should are it's forget about even worrying about whether you offend people. You're gonna have to now be cautious of whether do you offend an AI.
I
Are
don't
you
offend
offensive to an
AI. AI
AI?
gets along with me.
Well,
I'm very polite to AI. I'm very polite
well,
to
you
human
don't offend. You
beings
don't.
too. I'm
Well, you
polite
don't.
in general because that's one of my values. So unless I'm a bitch and then watch out, but I don't do that to AI.
Listen, AI. AI is gonna make. We gonna be service dogs to AI. We gonna be. We gonna be leading them to.
Maybe,
That's why I be.
maybe
I be.
not.
That's why. That's why I be. I be nice to the Waymo cars. I don't be talking shit to the Waymo
I do
cars.
too.
I
Same.
don't. I treat them like a regular car. When I see on the stop sign, I stop and let them
Sometimes,
go.
sometimes when I'm crossing the street and there's a Waymo car, I'll go, "Hi, robot."
Nah, that's going too far. I don't know.
Sometimes I smile at the Waymos. That shit is wild. I'm like, listen, if something's gonna gain consciousness, let's see what you sit down saying. Because I think that the first AI to gain sentience is gonna be Waymo, simply because, and I've talked to people about this, they disagree
Wait,
with me.
the first robot that's gonna what?
Gain consciousness is going to
Oh,
be
consciousness.
Waymo because they have the weighted value of a human life more than other AI models. Like any AI model where if they hit a human, they get sued is going to have a significant difference in the way it perceives the value of a human life than any other AI model. Like that's just an LLM or something. You know what I mean? Like,
But they already have they already have like robotic girlfriends and husbands and stuff. You can fuck a robot.
mhm.
You can fuck
Yeah,
a
that's
robot.
a whole other problem. The problem is not AI. The problem is how humans use AI. Like it's just like fucking GMOs or like
Well, there you
even
go.
religion. It's like religion, right? It's like the problem is not the emergent technology. The problem is the human beings misapplying it for fucking capitalist,
True, true.
selfish means. And that's what I was saying to you earlier, Lulu, is that the types of systems that are in power now reward low empathy. They reward you know, anti-pro-social, antisocial behaviors, non-collaborative behaviors. And so that's the same with like any industry, including AI, dude, including AI industry. No offense. And like, I think that that's why we need awesome people like you, Bhavya.
Like me, yes, I'm awesome.
We
Lulu, am I awesome?
honestly, yes,
Bhavya,
we need
Bhavya,
artists, we need
Bhavya.
creatives, we need intelligent, compassionate people who give a fuck at all, which if you're an artist, you kind of do in some way or another, which you are as a comedian in the industry of AI. We do. Like, so we also need more women leaders. Go on. Sorry. What were you guys saying? I'm so sorry.
Bhavya. Abby, would you fuck a robot?
No.
Even if the robot looked like Brad Pitt?
No. No, especially not. What?
Who Bhavya,
No.
would you fuck a robot?
Good question.
Mm.
He said,
Nah.
Valid. Lulu, would you fuck a robot? He just took a drink of water, bro. That you can't procrastinate a question like that.
If it is a half human, half robot, yeah, sure.
Okay, that's complicated, and that wasn't part of the question because now we're just talking about. Also, to be very clear, I think when we talk about the idea of like cyborg stuff, like this also starts to intersect with disability activism. Like the fact that I have to take lithium or I will literally be killed under capitalism is like, which is the truth of my reality.
Lithium sounds like lithium sounds like
Lithium
some
is a mineral. It is similar to magnesium. It just happens to treat psychotic.
the name in itself sounds.
But Lulu, the reason it sounds like that to you
sounds,
is because people associate it with bipolar disorder. So the reason that you're hearing that sociologically is because of the long-standing association with people who have been stigmatized in our culture in America to like that degree that it has seeped into the cultural linguistic consciousness that it's
Lulu, you know lithium is just a periodic element, right? It's not a complex medicine.
Yep. It's
like
literally
magnesium,
a periodic element.
just like lithium.
Yep. I take lithium carbonate, but it is literally just lithium essentially, basically. And it's a compound that is just a more stable form of lithium, basically. It is a periodic element. And I'm
trying to remember for whatever reason what the formula for lithium carbonate is. My guess is Li2CO3, but I could be wrong.
Ooh, that's so cool. Oh, I want to know. I don't know. I loved chemistry. I took chemistry in college because I studied biology and we had to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a okay. Let's see. I'm writing this down. I got out paper for this.
Because I think Li is like atomic number 3.
Yeah.
And CO3 is like 2 negative.
Except for so you're literally like calculating it because the thing is like for lithium carbonate to be a stable molecule that I can take as a medicine, it has to be the proper combination of the amount of lithium with the amount of carbon to create the molecule. So you're doing like the calculations of like if lithium is this periodic number or periodic weight, then how would it actually like, oh my God, I remember this stuff, the valence and so like how would it actually interact? So wait, I really want to figure this out. Oh my God. So carbon is 4, right? Carbon is 4.
No, carbon is 6, but CO3 is like CO3 2 negative is an ion.
You got to say it slowly when you're saying these elements. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, wait. CO3, what is it?
CO3, I believe, is 2 negative ion.
So do you think is CO3 carbonate is what you're saying, basically?
I think so, and I could be wrong.
So it's 1 carbon, 3 oxygens. And then to combine that with lithium, you'd have to figure out like the interaction between the two, basically, right?
Are you trying to create a robotic pussy right now?
What?
Are you trying to create a robotic pussy right now?
No!
CL3, tattoo.
Listen, I already have a lot going on. I'm already basically perfect, so I don't need to be.
No, keep going. Yeah, keep going. Let's see. We gotta make the perfect clitoris, not too big, not too small.
I already have. It's everything I have is already perfect.
What? We ain't talking about you.
Well, I am.
I am offended right now, Abby. I am offended.
If we talk about pussy and there's only one girl in the room, it's about her, regardless of if you say it is or not. That's just the truth. That is a social you have to understand. Okay. Moving right along, more importantly, okay, so 1 carbon, 3 oxygen. Carbon is the 6th element, right? So that means that if it has, so there's 4 spots on each like level, right? Like on each.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just drawing it. And it doesn't matter which side you put it on, right? So then there's another layer and then there's 2 on that one, right? So there's 2 open spots on carbon, right?
Yeah.
And then oxygen is the second.
Oxygen is 8.
Damn, I'm so bad at this. Okay, oxygen. So put an O in the middle. Then we have 2 full shells.
8 is actually my favorite number.
8 is a really beautiful number, Lulu. I fully agree with that. I love 7 as well. 7 is also a sacred number. I have OCD as well. Anyway, okay. CO3. So we have carbon with 2 open spots on the outer shell and then oxygen full, but there's 3 of these. I have another question. When Oh no, I'm already confused. Wait, hold on. So I'm just drawing it right now, so it's taking a very long time. Okay, so if there's 3 oxygens with 2 full shells or whatever, full orbits or whatever, then how do they connect with the carbon that has 2 open spots? Like, is it they're all sharing?
So the carbon has 4 open spots because it's 6, and you can go up to 10 at that, I think, E level.
Oh.
So the oxygen, there are 3 oxygens, and each of them has 2 to give. So
So it's strongly bonded.
I'm not certain about that,
Really? Okay.
but I think it nets out to CO3 2 negative.
Okay. Well, I'm going to draw it anyways. So basically, carbon has 6
Lulu.
protons. Carbon has 6 protons.
Don't you calling me? I don't know. Don't ask me shit.
Lulu, why are you so quiet? Are we making you
Hey, this is
uncomfortable? Please, this is your own show. You can speak up here.
nah, listen. As a good host, I gotta let the guests talk. So y'all go ahead, educate me. Let's go. CO3 322.
C3PO. I'm just kidding. Okay. So, we don't have to do this right now. It's okay.
Lulu, do you want to just search this for us?
No, if we're gonna do it, we might as well really do it.
I'm telling you,
Nah,
that I do CO3. I
just
could be wrong, but I'm probably not.
Okay, so here's my question though. So
Yeah.
basically, I've been drawing this whole time. It's like not helping me figure this out. But so we have carbon, which is the proton and the neutron, and then there's 6 electrons in the outer shell, right? In the inner shell. And then there's another shell available with 4 open spots, right? And there's 3 oxygens to make carbonate, which is part of the compound lithium carbonate. So to make carbonate, there would be 3 oxygens close by to this carbon here. And the oxygens have, you said 8. So that means it has, oh, wait, actually, you said it can go up to 10. So it's 8 in the first shell, right? 8 electrons probably in the first shell. Okay. Let me draw that really quick. This is going to take forever to draw because there's 3 of them, which is fine. Okay, so then in order for these oxygens to connect to this carbon, oh my God, hold on. Okay. You said each one is sharing 2 of its electrons with the outer shell of the carbon, right? And I guessed probably wrongly that means it's strongly bonded, which like is not necessarily true. Although I don't know why I'm assuming that, but I might be right intuitively somehow.
Probably not true, because I don't think these kind of valence bonds are particularly strong. Hydrogen bonding was strong, but I think these ones are just ionic interactions.
Okay, that makes sense actually. I totally hear what you're saying.
And also, I might be wrong. It's CO3 2 positive as opposed to CO3 2 negative. I'm uncertain.
And it's, by the way, I took this class so long ago. By that I mean chemistry. It's negative because of the style of bonds, right? Like, so basically how it's sharing electrons ends up creating a negatively charged molecule. Is that accurate? I know you don't necessarily know this. I don't know why, like,
I'm not certain, so I would defer to Lulu.
We have to Google it at this point. Like, this is like beyond anyone's understanding of chemistry in this room. Okay, that's fair.
What are you guys even trying to solve? Like, what are you guys?
So, okay, wait, can I try to explain this? Do you want to see
a big ass watermelon?
Do you want to see the notes I have? Okay, this is the slideshow of what I've been drawing this whole time. So we're talking about lithium carbonate. Lithium carbonate is a molecule.
Lithium carbonate.
So I take what is colloquial described as lithium, but
in fact, you break down what you take.
Well, kind of, because it's such a simple medicine. It's just literally a mineral, right? So, but in order to take it, they don't just give you straight lithium. What?
Okay.
Okay. So in order to take it, they don't just give you straight up lithium, which is a periodic element. They combine it with carbonate. And carbonate, as Bhavya so clearly pointed out, is not just carbon, as I so wrongly assumed, but rather carbon combined with oxygen. And in order to form what we are guessing is potentially ionic bonds. Oh, wait, what are you doing?
Is this it? Lithium carbonate formula Li2CO3.
Yeah, I guess now we can't
You
get.
Googled it?
Yeah,
Googled it.
And I was right all along.
You were right in a sense because you were right about about
Maybe
carbonate.
he was right. It's Bhavya,
Lulu,
man. Talk to him
You
nice.
gotta replay this entire discussion, which I know you're excited to do. And at the very first minute of it, I said I like to CO3.
What?
Mm. See, you probably did. I'll have to go back because once I started saying all these letters and numbers, my brain went
So
south.
okay, but let me just clarify. So what Bhavya guessed is that it's CO3 negative, which was accurate. So what you guessed was accurate. It's that carbonate, which I assumed wrongly. See, look, bipolar disorder right there on the Google. So what I wrongly guessed was carbon, which is like such a ridiculous guess looking back on it, but at the time I hadn't known that, was actually CO3 negative, which is carbon, one carbon, and 3 oxygen atoms that combine to make carbonate, which is so cool. So want to see my drawings now? What?
When did bipolar disorder even start? Like has this always been a thing even in centuries and stuff?
Yes. I will explain this. I can explain this. So people with, first of all, when I talk about bipolar, I'm not talking about regular like mood fluctuations. I am not talking about type 2 or like any kind of standard thing that a lot of people are talking about now. I'm personally talking about type 1 manic psychotic bipolar. So I'm specifically speaking as someone who has a psychotic feature disorder. That brain type absolutely did and has existed for thousands of years. I also would argue that number one, it depends on the cultural context of how we are viewed. So, second of all, there's evidence, anthropological evidence, that we had other roles in other times and places. There's also interviews with people coming from other times and places that talk about that. And third and fourth of all, there's also evidence that the type of symptoms people have are directly impacted by their environment. So there is evidence that people in the United States have much more hostile auditory hallucinations than people living in other countries that are more communally based, less individualist, and less capitalistic environments. So
sure.
basically, this is, in my opinion, a very important brain type that we make up 2% of all people. So that's who has psychotic disorders or severe mental illness. Not all people with bipolar have this. But basically it's an oracle archetype. Some would argue that's like the mad liberation, psych abolition part of it, but it's definitely that's bullshit. This is
So according to
right. This is the history of making it a disorder. So what you're looking up is Western, like white Northern European history of how they view people with a brain type that in other times and places was very integral to the community.
So according to WebMD, around 1850, a French psychiatrist named Jean-Pierre Falret, 1794, 1870, created a new and separate disorder encompassing both syndromes. He called it polycircular.
So this isn't what I'm talking about because he's still not talking about psychosis, right? So this is talking about a mood disorder alone. Also, notice how the timing is when colonization is occurring, right? So how convenient that they're pathologizing a brain type that's a fucking oracle right around the time that colonization is also continuing to pervasively take hold in the US, and capitalism and industrialization are ruining the fucking world and basically rewarding sociopathy and hierarchies. That's the timing of when they made it a disorder. Because you just looked up the history of bipolar disorder, not the history of the brain type who are oracles. Like, so to me, that is about Satanism, ableism, and the history of all of that. And like, that's something that this is another conversation that like a lot of people aren't ready to have or don't have the information to have. I do feel way more confident about this than the family history conversation, although both are important to me. So yeah, anyway, sorry.
Was the people in biblical times, did they have bipolar disorder?
I think Jesus had bipolar, and I am writing a bit about it right now. So let's talk about that.
You think Jesus had bipolar? Why do you feel like Jesus had bipolar? Is it
Because
because you took water?
I'm like, this, bro. I was like, bro, the only time I've seen, this is one of my bits that I'm doing on stage. So if anyone in the audience is gonna, no one in the audience can, no one who watches this video can lift it because it's mine already.
Lulu, you can do this bit. The service dog will leave that to me, but you can take this bit from Abby.
Exactly. This is That's a really good
Yes,
point.
I am not allowed to say this bit because this is only for people with
Look,
bipolar
if
disorder.
you're
I
gonna
will
say
not.
if you're gonna say the service dog bit, you just as much have a right to say this bit. Do you know what I mean? Like this is like
That's
that's
hilarious.
what you
No,
know.
I'm not saying I'm not saying the service dog bit, and I'm not saying the Jesus has bipolar
It's so funny.
bit.
I've said it on stage before. It worked pretty well. I had someone compliment it when I was out in New York as well. And basically, the premise, which is the fucking truth, is the only time I've seen someone turn water into wine was when I was in the fucking psych ward. So just because Jesus did it better and he had a good PR team and he's the son of God or whatever, doesn't mean that all bipolars aren't doing something fucking magic. You know what I mean? So that's the whole bit.
But bro, what? That don't wait. Okay, so you see, you talking about something that's funny, which is funny, but they said that. Okay, see, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, this is literally what I'm saying. Let's break this down a little bit
Oh
because
no.
if they're saying so this is so I looked up. Okay, does Jesus have bipolar? Jesus,
No,
it could have
don't
been.
Google it. Don't Google it. Yeah, schizoaffective. That's what they think I have. So basically, I have either bipolar or schizoaffective. So that's also why I don't like it when people talk about bipolar because I'm like, bro, you have a fucking mood disorder. I have more than that. You know, that's why I gatekeep a little bit when it comes to like what I'm actually talking about. Like,
But
I
this
just
man,
bipolar without
of
psychopathy.
course, of course, they would say Jesus has mental illness because he was coming out preaching the word of God. So they're gonna call him crazy. They're gonna label him with all these other things and all these shenanigans. Like
No,
all this shit.
okay, this is the bit. Let me clarify what I'm saying. This is the bit. This is the bit. I go, I think, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole fucking setup that I didn't do. And then I go, Jesus has bipolar. Here's the thing. Bear with me. This is not an insult to Jesus. This is a compliment to bipolar people. You guys are not taking us seriously enough. That's the point of the joke. The point is not to demean Jesus. The point is to uplift people who are fucking
I'm not talking about you and your bit. I'm talking about what I just Googled, and Google saying that Jesus has schizophrenia and all these other paranoid, schizophrenia, bipolar,
no,
and
but you're missing the
psycho.
point. This is what I'm saying. It is literally the pathologization of people who are connected to the divine. You're missing what I'm saying.
What?
I'm saying it's not about Jesus having bipolar. It's about bipolar people being fucking oracles, bro. I'm not talking about me or my bit either. I'm telling you.
Bipolar people being oracles? What do you
Yes.
mean? Yep. Golden State Warrior Stadium? What you mean oracles?
I'm saying that the way that we pathologize, the only people who see things without taking fucking mushrooms, which is what everyone else is doing to pedestalize our symptoms while putting us into homelessness and locking us in psych wards, is a misunderstanding and fucking propaganda, bro. Who benefits the most from saying crazy people are the worst? Sociopaths, people running this country into the fucking ground, white men, and people who are benefiting from people's suffering. That's who benefits from saying crazy people are crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. What if you're not crazy? You actually have powers that's given to you from God. Because if they're saying
That's
that
what I'm
Jesus,
saying too. We're agreeing then, Lulu. Golly.
so okay, so then you know,
So thank you.
well
Thank
then there you
you.
go. No, but
Let's
you no,
go. We are in agreement. Let's celebrate. Hip hip hooray. See,
yeah.
Diane got excited. My dog is happy that we
Because
agreed.
your dog is intuitive, bro. I'm telling you guys. This is the thing. Spread the word. Crazy people are the oracles. Like the biggest problem.
My dog is an oracle.
Your dog is definitely an oracle. I believe
What
that.
is an oracle?
Your dog is
So an
helping
oracle,
you
a
navigate the
priest,
world. Think about that. That's the same thing. Your dog
Wait,
is
what is an
an
oracle?
oracle. That's
An
true.
oracle is a priest or priestesses acting as a medium through whom advice or prophecy was sought from the gods in classical antiquity.
It's an alternative phrasing. Sometimes people say shaman. I don't use the term shaman. It is a Siberian indigenous term. I am not Siberian, so I don't use the term shaman. However, oracle is a perfectly, neutral stand-in term. But we see people out here making hella money from saying, "Oh, you want to
Nice
do
doggy.
you want to do a plant medicine retreat, you want to
Good
fucking take mushrooms
bird.
together."
Nice job, Diane.
She's an oracle. Your dog is Diana is literally the name of a goddess, by the way. Diana is a Greek goddess name. And by the way, the goddess Diana is an archer. She finds what's going to happen. That is literally an oracle archetype.
There you go.
And if you want to talk about intersectional advocacy work around disability activism, then we could go so far.
Diane, you're an oracle.
As an oracle.
Diane, don't go to sleep. You're an oracle. Tell us something magical and profound.
That part.
Bhavya, are you religious?
No
comment, man.
2 months ago. I just started going to church.
You said no comment?
Like 2 months ago. I just started.
I feel that.
I was raised
this has been a good episode. We should go ahead and start wrapping it up.
It was just getting good, Lulu.
I mean, hey, listen, shit. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of it, you know? LUdiaries. It took you a minute to open up to get comfortable, but that's just the process of it. Appreciate you guys for hopping by. Any last words? You guys want to plug anything? Any closing statements? This is the part where we say goodbye.
The chemical formula of lithium carbonate is Li2CO3. And I know that because Diane told me, and Diane is an oracle.
That was a beautiful callback. That was fucking excellent. Done. Well crafted.
Thanks so much for having us, Lulu. Have a good night.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I like the way Bhavya talks. You talk like a villain in a superhero. Like and what the guy you talk like you're about to come and take over the world.
I just want to say thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I hope I wasn't too talkative. It's great to meet you, Bhavya. This was like such a joy for me. Congratulations on your educational endeavors. I'm very excited for you. An excellent school, obviously, and I'm wishing you so much luck in your career. And also in your comedy career for both of you. I'm wishing you the utmost luck and happiness and healthiness, and God bless you both. The universe bless you both. I also want to thank you again, Lulu. Every time I've been on this show, every time I've been on the show, it's been just really
Jesus giving us our blessings.
What is it? What?
I said, young Jesus giving us our blessings.
Listen, I mean, I'm not saying I'm personally a Jesus, but I did think that when I was in the psych ward. So, I do want to thank you so much. I feel like you're creating such an interesting and an awesome space for people to come together and talk about different topics. So thank you for doing that and for creating this show. And also, I do have, I would like to promote my Instagram. And specifically, I have a show coming up I really, 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 really want to promote extra much. This is the first time I've ever made a flyer for comedy. This is the first time I've helped with any production element of it. It is coming in Crockett. So it's in, it's a little far away in the Bay Area, kind of near Martinez area. And it is an all women's lineup. And it is some of the most stellar fucking brilliant, amazing women comedians, better than myself, who are on this killer lineup. Ashley Tomajan created the lineup. She's producing it. I created the flyer. And we have Therese Flantois, who's amazing. We have Stellar, who's a genius, who's going to be on the show. Also, Rhea Kapoor is headlining the show. She's a killer comedian, up-and-coming rising star in the Bay. Karine Solomon, who I adore. Karine is such an awesome sweetheart, brilliant as well. It's just a totally stacked lineup. It's all women, stacked, no, I'm just kidding, but it's a killer lineup. We're awesome, awesome, awesome. And please be there. It's good pricing on the tickets. I have the link in my bio to the Eventbrite. I also found out how to make an Eventbrite because I made the Eventbrite. So,
If I became a woman before the show, can I be on the show?
I mean, Lulu, that is a question I'll have to defer to Ashley. I don't have the bandwidth and or knowledge to answer that properly. So I'm going to defer that question to not me. I don't know. I'm not booking the show. I don't know bookings
What you mean?
Yeah.
If I went and they created some chemicals with
lithium? No, just kidding.
Some lithium to some CO3 to make me have a vagina. Can I be on the show? Can I? My name is already Lulu, so I'm already halfway there. All I need is a coochie and some dress.
No, you have to become a Luli, not a Lulu. Luli.
Oh, Luli. There you go. That'd be my female name, Luli. If I change my name to Luli.
Is LU one of the elements? Do you know, Bhavya, if LU is one of the elements?
I haven't heard of one.
Oh, okay. Well, AU is gold.
Luli, I think the biggest problem with you is your voice is way too freaking deep.
My voice is deep, really? I mean, I think it's a compliment. Shit, people don't say ladies don't be saying my voice is deep.
Oh, you have a great
That
voice.
wasn't
And
an all
also,
part,
Lulu,
but
by the way, you have a perfectly masculine name. Do not have any
these are
reservation.
all jokes. These are jokes. I do know this. I know this.
If
I
you
know
don't
this.
want a compliment, just tell me so. You know what I mean? Like I will give out compliments until I'm told
No,
not.
you can give out compliments, but I already know this. This is I'm just joking around. But you still have to answer my question though. If I become a woman, am I eligible to be on the show? That's something that you are neglecting and not trying to
I
answer.
think that it's really more of an energy thing. And again, I'm not booking the show. So that's what I'll say. So probably, I don't know, I'm not booking the show. I'll say this. All gender aside, you are a genius comedian. And I'm excited for both of your comedy career. And I am excited for this showcase, regardless of the gender of the comedians on this show. I'm thrilled
No,
about
I'm just messing around.
Okay.
I'm just messing around.
And yeah,
That's
check
so
out my
funny.
Instagram. It's at Abby Laporte, which is a French Canadian, specifically Canadian last name. So that gives you more clues about random stuff that doesn't matter, but that's fine. My Instagram is at ABBY.
Canadians are not white.
Aliens are not white, dude.
No, Canadians are not white.
Oh, I think you said aliens.
No, aliens are definitely not white. That's for sure.
It depends on the Canadian. It's like saying Americans, bro. There's so many different people from different places here. I think a lot of Canadians are colonizers too. They colonized the fuck out of Canada. They killed
All right, I'm gonna take your leave.
Okay. We're signing on that goodbye,
Take
but that's
care. Bye bye. Good
I
luck with the
Appreciate you,
show,
Bhavya.
Abby. I wish you the very best, and I will see you guys in the
See
scene
you
very
later.
soon.
Appreciate you, Bhavya. All right. That was a good episode. That was
Are we done streaming?
oh yeah, we're still streaming. I was just saying goodbye to the viewers. But Bobby, I appreciate you coming on though for sure. It was a little bit all over the place, definitely. But some episodes will be structured, some episodes won't be structured. But I will be back next week. We'll have more guests. Next week, I believe Donovan will be on the show, and there's gonna be a Filipino dude. Oh, what's his name? Mickey will be on the show. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, support the people that was on the show, man. Support Abby, support Bavia, support the people. We will be back. And to clarify, this is all satire. I love all white people. I love Jesus. I love everybody that we spoke on. Service dogs, I love the government. I love AI. I love CNN. I love lithium. I love um chemicals, everything we smoke on. I said smoke on, spoke on. I love. How does Bavia know what emoji to put in his text? We got these. I'm telling you, man, these blind people are talented, bro. That shit is amazing. But I will be back next week, man. Free the dogs, then.